First at 4, a hidden camera arrest. One man accused of spying on people at a tanning salon. Why deputies are searching this home. Also, he's one of the billionaire businessmen helping to rebuild Detroit. Dan Gilbert makes his first public speech after that debilitating stroke. Ben?
Devin, we've gotten so used to seeing bright skies, we now know when they're going away. We'll tell you what's sandwiched in between coming up. Paula?
An incredible opportunity to make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars in your spare time, and the entry bar is really very low. I'll explain.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Devin Skillian in for Karen Drew today. First at 4, a man is in custody. His home is searched, all in connection with hidden cameras found inside a Macomb County tanning salon. Sheriff's deputies arrested a 38-year-old man this morning. Search warrant was executed then at his home in Macomb Township, looking for what we were told was additional evidence. Investigators believe the man posed as a customer and installed the hidden cameras inside the Chili Peppers tanning salon in Shelby Township. It's expected he's going to be arraigned in the next few days. After suffering a stroke 9 months ago, Quicken Loans founder Dan Gilbert made his first public speech today since then in downtown Detroit. He arrived on stage in a wheelchair, needed some assistance to get to his feet, but he was receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award during Crane's Newsmakers of the Year luncheon in Detroit. Gilbert thanked his executives for pitching in while he continues to recover.
The last few days there's been a thing we've been talking about, that a leader's job is not to create more followers. A leader's job is to create more leaders. And I think we had the honor of doing that in our family of companies, which is why it can continue in my absence, which I'm hoping isn't going to be too long. But it was long enough already to have a baby. It's been 9 months.
Gilbert was also there with real estate developer Stephen Ross. There is a lot that came out of these proceedings today, and coming up at 6, more on their partnership for the site of the failed Wayne County Jail project. Warning labels are coming to legal marijuana products in the state of Michigan. Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist just signed 2 bills into law. He signed them because the governor was out of state at the time, but the labels must go on recreational and medical products both. They will warn women that using marijuana while pregnant or breastfeeding can harm their children. The laws also require businesses to have pamphlets that include more information, and those need to be available inside the store. We've been enjoying the sunshine, but I suppose I speak for a lot of people. We're ready for some actual warmth to go along with it. Ben Bailey has a little promising preview of that coming up in the first forecast. Ben?
Devin, you're going to get your wish this weekend. Not only do we have those bright skies at every single reporting station in our corner of the state, we're finally starting to turn the corner on those temperatures. So now we're above freezing, at least in most of the area. 36 at Metro, still hanging around 32 up there in Sanilac County. But compared to yesterday at this time, it's double digits warmer than what we were looking at in the afternoon on Thursday, and we're going to continue making strides as we head into the upcoming weekend. Check out these numbers for Saturday and Sunday: 43 tomorrow, 47 on Sunday. So finally we are getting some work out of the sunshine, but that's pretty much the end of the bright skies. We'll look at a very active pattern for next week and how much snow we're expecting in just a few minutes. Devin?
Ben, we've got some breaking news now on the Harvey Weinstein case. Jurors appear to be deadlocked on 2 major counts in the case. This afternoon, they asked the judge if they could be hung on the first and third charges and unanimous on the other 3. The charges in question are for predatory assault. They are the most serious charges Weinstein has been facing. He could get life in prison if he's convicted on them. After conferring with prosecutors, the judge told the jury, go back to work, keep deliberating. But court did end early today, so that means they'll have the weekend and they'll go back to work now on Monday. Is Russia once again trying to tilt an election to favor Donald Trump? Sources say Congress was briefed on possible interference in the 2020 election and that President Trump did not like that briefing. Sure looks like another showdown between the president and the intelligence community. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom with reaction from Washington and also from the Kremlin, Kim.
You're right, Devin. Good afternoon to you. These reports are all coming after the president fired acting director of national intelligence Joseph McGuire. Sources are telling NBC and CNN the president became irate during a meeting with McGuire. President Trump was unhappy the Russia meddling information was given to Congress. The president replaced McGuire with Richard Grinnell. He is a Trump advocate without any experience in the intelligence community. So there's a debate over the briefing information, but it reportedly found the Russians prefer President Trump stay in the White House, and they're trying to raise questions about the integrity of the election process. The allegations don't surprise some Democrats.
You don't need an intelligence briefing to think about what Vladimir Putin might want. Would he want a return to sort of conventional, much more sort of confrontational policy with respect to Russia? Or might he want a president who will criticize everybody on the planet except for Vladimir Putin?
It's disinformation. That's the only thing they're good at. They're not good at anything else. They get nothing done. Do nothing, Democrats. That Putin wants to make sure I get elected. Listen to this. So, doesn't he want to see who the Democrat's going to be?
And that was President Trump's reaction to the reports as he spoke in Las Vegas just a few moments ago. The Kremlin calls allegations of election interference false and the results of paranoia. Devin, that's all for now. We'll send it back to you for more news of the day.
Yeah. All right, Kim, we'll see you back here at 5. A mother has been arrested in connection with the disappearance of her 2 children. Lori Vallow was taken into custody in Hawaii on a warrant out of Idaho. Vallow did not follow an order to bring her children to police last month. Her 7-year-old son and 17-year-old daughter were last seen in September. Police say there is no indication the children are with their mother on the island of Kauai. Investigators also say Vallow, though, has cult-like beliefs, believing that she is a god. This year, it is time to be counted in the
Jobs are available, and we're talking about pretty high-paying jobs that you can make a lot of money in your spare time. It's been 10 years since the last census, and the count is already on as local municipalities join with the federal government to get the help needed to collect and record the actual census. Today, Oakland County gets ready for its huge push to recruit volunteers.
We need people to know that we need another additional 1,800 people here in Oakland County to work with the U.S. Census to help us count our residents. And these jobs are available. They're available now.
The word volunteer is a relative term because the work is not being done for free. This is a paid job with seasonal work that will last through now until the end of the year. And the pay starts at $22 per hour and can go to as much as $24.50 per hour. There are very few barriers to employment. Yes, a criminal check will be conducted for some of the canvassing positions, but even some felonies are not a barrier to some of the other positions. There is clerical and support staff needed.
So to qualify for a job with the U.S. Census, you have to be 18 or older, have a valid email address, be a U.S. citizen, have a social security number.
Also, males born after 1959 must be legally registered for the draft. Macomb County needs a few hundred workers and wants people on assistance to know that this is a great way to supplement your household, and what you make will not be held against you because of a federal waiver.
Michigan has chosen to waive public assistance income eligibilities for Medicaid and SNAP benefits. That means both the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program benefits and your Medicaid benefits, which are tied to income, can waive any income that you earn through the census.
Back at Michigan Works in Oakland County, excitement is building for the first ever county-wide job fair. As Monday, federal census personnel will be at every Oakland County Michigan Works facility to answer questions and help sign up these paid volunteers to get to work.
It's critical that people participate and that we get an accurate count, because the dollars that we get from Washington are directly dependent on our population. And so each member of Oakland County, each resident of Oakland County is probably worth about $1,800 a year in federal funds. It is hundreds of millions of dollars that we could be leaving on the table if we don't get an accurate count.
Paula Tupman, Local 4.
And by the way, you can work in any county, no matter where you live. So we'll put information on the Oakland County event on our website at clickondetroit.com. Quick apology for the little technical glitch we had at the head of that story. We think we've got all the gremlins chased out of the system. Still